So we'll remove the gearbox. I'll come to that later. So we confirm the leakage is coming from the crankshaft oil. See, you can see the oil. Even though we actually wipe it, but see the stain here. Let's see. You can see. You can see the oil from around. So the seal is leaking. Watch out. So the entire place has splashed oil. Look at all this place. You know, as it's spinning, spinning oil out. Okay, so I was able to get the seal, the OEM. Hopefully, this is the OEM, but I know this is the part number. You can see 012728. It's the same one with EW10J4. This one was made in 2015. The size is 90x 110 minus 7. So I've confirmed that that's the normal size. This one is actually expensive, 20,000 per one. The ones aftermarket I saw, like TK, that's what they are saying, 5,000. I didn't even bother to find. I don't want to risk those ones because if it leaks again, I mean, it's not something one will like doing all the time. So better I put the original one. Hopefully, it's in the OEM pack though. So that I just trust that this, because most of my contacts didn't get it. So I was able to find someone that has it. And it's not person I buy parts from often. So there is an old stock. They said the original one is not easily available anymore here in Abuja. Okay, so anyway, that one is sorted. So I decided now to check the reason why the gear doesn't return well when you shift to reverse or gear 5 on speed. So what I now found was this. So this is the one. So let me show you guys. See this. So this is put it. This line is gear 1 and 2. Then this is 3 and 4. Then this is 5 and reverse. Then the problem now is if you put it on 1 and 2 and remove your hand. If I remove my hand now, most time it will return. You see, it's coming back on its own. But when I put it on, push it up to gear 5 line and the reverse, it doesn't return at all. I'll now have to use my hand to push it back. So I don't know. Something is actually intended. But there's something we'll find out which could be the cause. When we drain the oil, this is what came out. I hope this video will do justice to this. Look at how whitish the oil milky. This oil is milky color. You can see. Let me see if I can show you guys. I see it. New color. So the first time we saw it, like, could it be that this is a type of manual gearbox oil that the owner changed and put this? But the second thought, that it's possible that water entered inside the gearbox. How? No idea. So now this could cause this as well. This will actually make this thing to lubrication, not to, because the lubrication is almost gone. So now the risk now involved is to actually put this oil, the fresh oil, mount it, and unfortunately we don't even have recommended oil, but what we have here is 90W, 85W90. That one we have, the closest for mineral oil total. So we put it, it might work. I put it, it might remain the same. So I'm thinking of telling the owner if we can replace the gearbox, if we can afford it. This is the part number for this gearbox. This is the part number. Okay, yeah, hold this up. 943133702 943133702. That's the number. Z.1.2. I'm not sure this is the one. This should be the main part number. So that's better way of going about this. For me, nothing is really wrong with this gearbox. Probably it might be a lubrication issue, but is the owner willing for us to mount the gearbox? If the issue continues, then another option is to dismantle the gearbox and then see if it can be fixed. Lubricate everything, wash the gearbox. What we could do, sir, is to use, like this gearbox takes like 2 liters. You use about 4 liters. First pour the like 1.5 liters. Run the gearbox, drain it again. Maybe pour another 1.5 or so. Then the third one, you now leave it. To remove that water that is already inside, you need to flush it. And the easiest way to flush it is either you dismantle it, clean, wash, put everything back, and or you put oil, run it, drain, then you now have fresh oil. So that might solve the problem. So if let's assume I'm the owner of this car, I'll look for another gearbox and then keep this one as step. Like I said, it's not there. It's just that water must have affected something, so there's no more lubrication. So we could still risk it, but then that would be like we might end up dropping the gearbox like 2 times. So other than that, no noise when I drove the car, all the while I've been driving the car after purchase or even before purchase, doing inspection. There was no sound, no noise coming from the gearbox, except from gear 5 it started to become hard to shift back to gear 4, to downshift to gear 4. Anyway, gearbox aside, the release bearing is okay. Now this is the clutch friction plate. Sign of use, but it's still okay. No need to change it. This is the clutch friction plate. No, pressure plate. This is the friction plate. This is the pressure plate. It's okay. It's not bad. It's still okay. No sign of wear. Even while driving it, it has not started vibrating. So this is value. So it means this is the one probably that came with the car. If I'm not mistaken, this should be value brand. Try to find the name. Usually the stamp value somewhere. Let's look at the friction plate. Look at it here. The value. Okay. Release bearing. Who knows? Probably the same brand. So this is okay. The clutch keys are okay. So I think at least first thing first is to mount and put back the change the seal, put back the flywheel and the pressure. This is the flywheel. Surface is still okay. It looks a little bit burnt, but still okay. Maybe with some pepper. Okay. So I'll discuss with the owner. If you just go ahead. This tie rod, I'm sure it's still okay. Sure, it's jumping up and down. Look at it. So we'll have to change the tie rod. You see? This is the CV joint. Bearing is okay. This tie rod ends steering tire rod end is okay. But now we are buying the two, so because I also change the two. So that one that is gone. This side, the driver's side or the left side is gone. So it's there, which can contribute to the car. Remember I said the car was dancing around. So okay, so I made some calls for the tie rod, then also called the owner concerning the gearbox. This is why I see it. If I was the owner, like I said, I'll buy another gearbox, but then the gearbox is not in Abuja, it's in Lagos, so it means the car will stay for who knows, another 2 days or so before, or 3 days, depending on when the gearbox arrives, before we can mount it back. Or we just risk it, put a fresh oil, buy another oil, the 85W90, which is much thicker. It will also make the shifting harder much harder to shift. So we'll really, and a little bit noisier, but at least much better than running with this oil. Unless somebody in the video tell me this is a manual gearbox oil, even though it's not the recommended one, that there's a manual gearbox oil that looks like this, because obviously it looks like it has water inside. So that's all I can say. So update. Okay, so we've been able to discuss with the owner, and we now decided to go for another gearbox. Or he decided. Of course, I recommended, and so we've ordered another gearbox, which is coming from Lagos. It's exactly this number. Exactly this number. So not cheap though, but it's much better off with this one. In fact, this one, for it to work, you eventually have to dismantle the gearbox. This is what I mean, dismantle PCC, see what is wrong inside, repair it, couple it back, it takes time to work. So this remember the tie rod, so got asked for a tie rod end. So the back new one. So it's actually this model. This model. So you see now we can understand why I didn't want to take the car for alignment first until we are done with this work. Because even though I knew alignment could be causing the car to be swerving, but or dancing while in the motion, or not being stable, which could also, alignment can also cause that ESP warning, that's steering angle weight sensor. But I was like, why go and do the alignment only for you to remove the tire while doing these repairs? And now realize that so there are some components on the steering that are also faulty, then it will be a waste of money. So this one is bad. So but we will replace it, but anyway, but at least you can now keep this one as spare. So this oil, I don't know. We're going to buy another oil. Oh, this thing, I'm going to keep it. You all see. Everything you are removing, you are keeping it for the end. Yes. Even this oil itself, do you have any container? Let's keep it for now. Like I said, it looks obviously like something that water mixed with oil, but there's also a possibility that there is a manual oil that has this type of color, special oil or something. I don't know. That I do not know. You know, oil I do not know apart from manual gearbox that will have this color. So I really don't want to dismiss the oil yet. But I do know for a fact this is not recommended for Peugeot. Yeah, even if it was, Peugeot did not recommend this. Oh yeah, that has this color. I know what Peugeot recommended. And I used to sell it, and it's also use it in my car, so I know exactly what it looks like. Not this. If truly water has entered the gearbox, yeah, most definitely could be the reason why the gearbox started having that problem. Um, so we have to wait for the gearbox to come, and while we are doing that, we'll see, maybe use the opportunity, make our time to, hopefully, because I'll need to make out time for that. I might be the one to do it myself. If I don't have time, then I'll call somebody else, but I really want to do it myself, or one, or three supervisors. There are people that they are into conversion of cars from right hand drive to left hand drive. But then when you see some left converted cars, they always have issue with this window switches. Always have issues. They don't operate very well, which could be as a result of the transfer of from here to there. Sometimes they don't even do that transfer. They just try to see if they can make it work anyhow. So this is why reason, if I'm going to do it, then we a complete transfer of the harness that comes here to that point. And if the money is not the issue, I will transfer this lock to that side. But my only concern is it might end up, I don't know, I can't say for sure. But it's possible that for it to work, we'll have to change that door to the left-hand drive door. I don't know. So that's why I don't want to go there, because in that case, it might not make sense. When you say you have some work to do, you start spending that kind of money just to have a manual lock mechanism on the other side when this one works. But the only advantage of moving it to that side is you can open it, when you open the door there, you might start, if you press the remote, sometimes open it from there, might start giving you a warning that you haven't opened this yet. I don't know, let's see how it goes. See how it goes. I know there's also an option to change the BSI from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. We can reconfigure it. We'll see if I do that, whether they are to start giving that kind of warning. But that's not a concern now. Okay, so even the engine oil, we are leaving it for now. We've bought the engine oil filter, but the engine oil will be the last thing we change. Right now the car is running on water. I think the dealer, for some reasons, introduced water in the system. So but before the car goes to, or be delivered to the owner, yeah, we change it to coolant. But at least we leave the water now to use it to be running, doing all the repairs until work is concluded, and then test the car to be sure everything is working. Now this negative terminal has actually burnt. We've been giving some issues, so I need to change it. Not the battery itself, just this terminal. This one. Need to buy another one. This is not the factory one anymore, so you can see the difference between this MTB motorized throttle body and the other EW engines. So this is much bigger. I'm talking about the circumference of this hole here. This is the butterfly. So it's much bigger. The other models cannot work. The EW10A, EW10J4, even the EW12 J4. This is much bigger. The circumference of this piece. So anybody buying this engine, if this fails, you have to get exactly this. New one is actually available online. These ones you probably can get it from Lagos as well. Okay, so there's a unique vacuum system for this engine, and yeah, I think that is it for now. Until I update. So update. So I wanted to check the catalyst. to know if it's still there, like I mentioned earlier. So we have even removed the oxygen sensor, the upstream bank 1. So what's it called? Sensor 1, bank 1, sensor 1. So now this is my special camera that served me for how long? For some reasons, it has not stopped working. This is a Wi-Fi type. It refuses to connect. I've been trying. All this while it's refusing to go off. Then it can't also connect anymore. So it's gone. So as it is now, this is the camera. Let me show you guys. Maybe the light. You can see. The camera is still okay. The only problem is this. It's not the camera. It's this interface. This thing, and this is what connects it to the phone. So for some reason, it has stopped working. Let's find a way to connect this thing direct to the phone. It might work, or a laptop. It most likely will work if connect. I don't know. That's fine clear right now. So I think the only option now is to drop the catalyst. So luckily, let me show you guys. I don't think there's a need to drop the entire exhaust. So you can see this part is joined here. Here, this is the center, center part. So join here. The other end where I can lose it is in the front on the exhaust manifold. So you can actually remove this, only the catalyst, and confirm. Once you confirm is okay, then we'll mount it back. Now wait till we start the car. As soon as we start the car, then we'll find out where that noise is coming from. If it's not from the exhaust, then I'll assume that it's most likely from that air filter too. So in that case, we'll deal with it later. What I'll do is see if I can find the one for the EW10A, see if it will match, and take it from there. Like I said earlier, construction can be done to make it work, but the only concern is, considering how low it is, that tube is, could be very dangerous actually, because that will be directly under this fog light. That's where it is. That pipe is. So meaning if this water gets to this point, wow, it's going to suck into the engine and will damage the engine. So if this thing doesn't make that sound, it's not because of that sound. I don't know. I may have to leave it. If it was my car, that is what I could do. See if there's a way to reposition that thing from that position. You can reposition it, bring it up much higher. The water must not get, as it is now, the car cannot drive where water will get to this point. No matter what it is, water cannot get. Once it gets to this point, in fact, here, mass, because that thing is actually here. That air cooler tube is here. So anything that water gets here goes up into the engine. So I can understand why they removed it, to protect the engine. It's just that it's not too good for engine to be sucking in hot air when the engine warms up. People do it. Actually, my 406 now, that's how it is. When I got the car, everything was still intact up to that down place. And even though my 406 is even much lower, the ground clearance, so I just drive it carefully. Whenever I see flood, I avoid driving through it. So if I was the owner of this car, trust me, I won't bother. I will leave it. I will find that thing and put back and leave it like that. What it means is I will be driving it by my 406. Any place I see water, and I believe it will go higher if I drive into it, then I'll change position or change direction. Unfortunately, my phone is over time. Um, the phone so is not plastic. There's all kind of material. It started to tear on its own. It got a point. There was no point leaving it, so I had to remove it completely. So what is now remaining is just the air filter box. Nothing else is under it, and it has been like that for years. So it's sucking the hot air. I mean, my 505 VC is also like that. You know, even though that's not the factory design, but situations led to that. My policies, I was thinking of maybe doing something about it later, see if there's another way something else I can find. Because I couldn't get a used one that will fit it. So there's something else I could find to connect it and make it work. So who knows, this one, but it's not my vehicle to do that. This is something that takes time to figure this kind of thing out. You have to put a lot of brains, put your brain into work. Be testing a lot of things until you find one that matches, which will take time, and you may waste some resources doing that because you will have it's not like there's an aftermarket one available. You hardly get this type of thing used because we'll see how it goes. Right now it's not primary concern. So once the gearbox comes, we mount it. Then we first check the exhaust, the catalyst, see if it's still there, the condition it is. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. My camera is there, so it's seeing it fully now. There's a way I can still see it though, which we might give it a try. If we check and see that something is still there, then there's a way we can check to see it fully. I'll show you guys if there is need for that. If there's no need, we'll put it back. If it's empty, then no need to do that. But if something is there, then we'll show you guys how to confirm if it's still in good condition or not. So meaning that the noise will no longer be from because of that noise will not be from that catalyst cylinder, maybe from elsewhere. But that will be until we start the car, go under the car and see where that noise truly is coming from. Okay, so that's update. Next thing is remaining is this is a big some I remember I still have to do this, man. Well, it has to be done, so I can say I can do it. All I need is to make out time for that. If I don't have that time, then I will engage somebody. But personally I want to do it myself, or at least be here and make sure nothing else is pushed and or messed up during the process. Kind of sensitive electrical work. Okay, so that's it.